Belinda and HarperAudio Australia present this unabridged recording of The Road to Gundagai, the Matilda Saga, Book 3, written by Jackie French and read by Edwina Wren. The dedication reads, to Lisa, who has guided, guarded and inspired all the journeys, including the road to Gundagai. And to Jack, welcome to a wondrous world. May all the roads you travel bring happiness and magic around the next corner. Chapter 1. Willow Creek, Victoria, 2 November 1932. Blue stared at the monster in the mirror. Her scalp showed through straggly red hair, scars like patches of red clay on her neck. Eyes peered from smudges in a dead white face. Wrists like chicken bones, too thin for the silver bracelet Mum and Dad had given her on her 15th birthday, a year ago today. The old house breathed heat around her. The only sound was the scrabble of mice in the attic. Happy birthday, she whispered to herself. She ran the comb through her hair again. Even that was enough to pull more strands from her scalp. She'd be bald as well as crippled soon. Aunt Lilac said that hair fell out when you'd had a shock. Blue supposed that losing her family, her home, and the full use of her legs qualified as a shock. 6 months earlier, she'd have cried if her hair had fallen out. 6 months earlier, she'd waited at home for Mum and Dad and Willie to get back from Cape Town. She still had tears to cry back then. And then the world had cracked into before and after. Mum and Dad and Willie were drowned with all the other passengers who had gone down in the Southern Star. The night of the funeral, their house burned down, like a bonfire, marking the loss of its owners. Blue had woken to smoke, the snicker of flames dancing through her bedroom wall. She'd run to the door. It stayed implacably shut. She'd pounded and yelled. She'd run to the window, but the shutters wouldn't open either. She bashed them with a chair, feeling the heat sucking at her lungs. Another wall crashed open, a dragon lashing flames across the room. She felt the whiplash of fire across her neck. Then suddenly a yell shredding the smoke. Ma's voice beyond the flames. Ma never yelled. She had that night. Then nothing. Blue woke in hospital with Aunt Daisy knitting a grey stocking on one side of her and Aunt Lilac, rigid in her corsets, on the other, reading from a book of sermons. Her home was gone. Her neck and legs were no longer hers, but burns and blisters. And the pain. Always from that time on, the pain. Later, in one of the short intervals when the aunts left her side, a nurse had let Mr. Jones, the gardener, in to see her. He carried a bunch of chrysanthemums, wilting in brown paper. The little Chinese lass picked these for you, he muttered awkwardly. Blue stared, trying to focus through the pain. Mr. Jones never let anyone but Mum pick his flowers. Mr. Jones shifted his boots. Reckon Ma saved you. Smelled the smoke, she did. Woke us all up in the servants' wing. Ran up to your room with a wet blanket over her head. Covered me with one too while I bashed in the door. Then you saved me too, whispered Blue. It hurt to talk. Wasn't me who wrapped you in that wet blanket. I wanted to say how sorry we all are, Miss Blue. We'll all be in to see you, soon as your aunts say you can have visitors. He shrugged. Me aunt's one of the nurses here. She said if I came after visiting hours, she'd make sure I got in to give you these. Mr. Jones looked helplessly around the room, as if expecting to see a vase appear for the chrysanthemums. He put the flowers on the bedside table instead, next to the £5 box of chocolates from Uncle Herbert. So Ma, the kitchen maid, had rescued her. Funny little Ma from the orphanage, who Mum had let join some of Blue's lessons. Without Ma and Mr. Jones, she'd be dead. Thank you, Blue managed. It seemed too little to say to someone who had saved your life.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?